So welcome everyone to our YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about the Wave app. It is a free bookkeeping system for freelancers or small business owners. So I have previously talked about the Wave app on our blog here on our website. You can see how to get started with Wave. It has instructions and pictures, just kind of a quick summary of how to get started, how to set up your account, and what should be your first steps after setting it up. So what we will want to start to do is just go to waveapps.com, as you can see up here, and it will bring you to their home page. Some things you want to highlight here are their services that they offer. So Wave is free to use. The basic has an accounting, invoicing, and receipts. You can get those, track those for free. If you want to have your customers be able to pay you through the software, that is a paid option. And there's also payroll, which is another paid option if you have employees and you want to run their payroll system through this as well. That's an additional cost, and you can see those exact pricings by clicking here on pricings. As I said, you get the accounting, invoicing, and receipts for free. Your payments and payrolls are on a per use basis, so like if you only have a handful of customers that pay you, this would be a relatively good thing to use. It's average for what what PayPal or other software is used for doing credit card processing, and their monthly is not that bad either, honestly, to pay your employees every time. And only thing you have to look out for is how many employees you have. You want to make sure you don't get too out of hand, because there are other softwares that are for lots of employees and contractors. So as I said, we will get started here using the Wave app. Wave comes in partnership with a few banks, if you have them. I have RBC, and it comes in there. You can click around and find it. It's pretty easy to sign up through your bank. If not, you can just come over here and click either sign up for free or just fill out this stuff right here. You just need your email and a password. But if you have a Google account, you just click sign up with Google, and it'll take you into the Google login page here. So I will sign in here with my Google account. You just click on it and run with it. So the first thing that you will see is you want to enter in your business name, and then enter in what type of business that you do. So what industry are you? Are you a charity? Are you some sort of contractor that doesn't fit in any of these other random things? IT landlord? You have a whole plethora of options here. If for some reason you can't find what you're looking for, like sewing, so it's not there. If you can't find it, just go into whatever looks closest to what you do. There's also a bunch of these other options, like other types of consultative, other creative. Just click what works for you. And then once you've filled in that stuff, you can just click let's go. Another little thing that's kind of handy is it will use your internet data to figure out where in the world you are, and it'll calculate your currency. If for some reason it gets this wrong, or maybe you're building your company elsewhere, you can just click change this, and you'll be able to just change it lickety split to whatever your business and personal currencies are, and whatever countries that you happen to be working in as well. It's pretty easy. And then just click let's go. Once you've entered in all that information, it will take you into your Launchpad. If you look here on the top left, it will show your business name that you have picked. It'll automatically make you a personal account. That way, if you want to track your personal finances, you can do that there. You can look around and see what it has to offer. They break down. So your invoices will be in your sales section. If you sell products or services, they'll be right here in your purchases. They have a limited amount of reports that you can do. So you have your basic profit and loss, income, cash flow statements. A few other ones, they're pretty basic to know. There's also the settings. Here in the settings, you can dig down deeper into how your company runs, such as, entering your fiscal year and changing anything like that. So the first thing that we will want to do after you've looked around and seen what there is to see is to set up your chart of accounts. So your chart of accounts basically is the name of all of your business accounts or transactions. To find it, you just go to accounting and then chart of accounts. As you see here, you have your asset accounts, so any cash that you might have on hand or bank accounts that you have, you can add them here. Liabilities or credit cards, if you have any business loans, you can do them here. If you do payroll, as you see, you can add that. There will be some accounts that will be automatically added because of whatever category that you've selected. So there's like just a sales account here for my sewing business that I have just started. There's also a bunch of expenses that it pre-populates. So telephone, vehicles, postage. If you sell products, there will be cost of goods sold. There'll also be payroll if you do decide to run that. If you decide that you don't want any of these accounts, you can just click edit this account and then prevent further usage of this account. And then click save. And then it will hide the account from you so you don't see it here. And it can't be used on any of your transactions in the future. There's also the equity, which is what you put into the business or what you'll be able to get from the business. So if you do not see an account here that you want, you can just click add new account, select the type of account that you want to be. It might be helpful to talk to someone who maybe has gone through this process before to know if it's an asset or a liability. Kind of a rule of thumb is assets are anything that you owe that you have claim to that would benefit you and the business, whereas liabilities are, as you can see, credit cards, anything that you would owe to someone else, such as you owe payroll to your employees or to your contractors. Income is pretty simple. If you are going to get money from it and it's something that you do, service that you give, or products that you sell, it's their income. Expenses is like if you are going to spend cold hard cash or credit card on it, it will be on the expense side. Equity is kind of everything else that doesn't really fit into these. Normally, you just don't touch that account. So here we have cash. We can call this petty cash. Click your currency. If you maybe have multiple currencies that you work in, you can change the currency here. If you have an account ID number that you work with, you can put that there. A description, just so you know what it's all about. So this is just my US cash lying around. And then click add. And there it is, your new account. And as I said, if you don't want it or if you accidentally made a mistake on it, you can always edit it. You cannot change the account type on it. That it can't be changed at all. If you do want to change anything else, you can. If you have used it, it'll let you know how many transactions that you have used it in. Next thing that you might want to do when setting up this is connecting your bank account. This is pretty slick because it will download any transactions from your bank onto this, so you don't have to log into your bank account and then log back into your bookkeeping software here. To do that, you just go to your bank connections. As it says here, it supports over 10,000 different types of bank institutions. You can connect any bank here that you see. If you don't see it, you can just look it up. And it'll more than likely be here. So if you don't see it here, you can't find your bank, you just click here, enter in your bank's name, their website, and then click submit, and they will try and get a way to connect to your bank in the future. If all else fails, you can just upload your bank transactions. Go to your bank account, your bank's website, download your transaction into an Excel or CVS file, and you can automatically just upload it from there. So after you've logged into your bank account, or as you see my PayPal account, you can click whatever business that you want to be, so my business account obviously. You can customize the name, so here I'll say this is my PayPal account. Download my transactions from the first of the year, just to be safe. So everything's all good. You can view your transactions and see what all has transferred in, and if you need to delete some transactions, that's easily done too. You will receive an email confirmation telling you that everything's good and hooked up correctly. So as you see here, it has downloaded a few of my transactions, and these are actually made using American dollars. It downloads all of your transactions from your selected date until today. And you can just leave it as is for right now and recategorize or categorize things later on. So the next thing that you'll want to do is to set up your sales tax. To do that, you go into your settings and then click sales tax. As you see, I've already entered in my sales tax, my HST and GST. If you have other sales tax, you click create a sales tax and then enter in the tax name. If you have any abbreviations, description of the tax, like it's federal, it's state, it's a special tax for your industry. If you have a tax number, you can enter that in for your personal information. If you need to show your tax number on invoices, you can do so by clicking here, and you enter in your tax rate that you want to be, and then you just click save. So then it will bring you back to your sales tax page here. If by chance you've made a mistake, you can just click here on edit and it will bring that page up again. Some options are not changeable, and if your tax rate changed from, say, like the beginning part of the year it was 13% and the next part of the year it was 15%, and you can change your effective date saying, okay, starting now it is that, and invoices or sales from before that date will be taxed at that previous tax rate. Okay, the next thing that you can do is to set up your products or services that you give. So here you go to sales, products and services. Set up your products and services that you give. When you first sign up, it'll be blank, and you can enter in each of them individually by clicking add a product or service. Enter in the name that you want to do, so baby quilt. Add a description, small quilt for baby. enter in the price, and if you sell this item, you click the account that you want it to be categorized in when you put it on invoice. So here I put it in sales. If you by chance buy it from someone else, you can click you buy this and then enter in whatever expense account that it would be under. But I make baby quotes. If this product or service is taxable, you can enter in the tax right here and then click save. And it has successfully uploaded or added. There's no limit to how many products or services that you are able to add onto here. If you have been in business for a little while and already have a list of customers that you have, you can add those customers here, sales customers. You can import your customers from a CVS file, or if they're in your Google contacts, you can add them there. Or you can enter them in individually by add a customer. Field you have to enter in is just the customer name. So, Lucy Watson, who is my parents' dog, actually. You enter in their name, their money, their currency that they usually pay in, if they pay in some other form. So Lucy's actually from the States. That's where my parents live. So they'd be US dollars. Enter in their address, their country that they reside in, United States. And this enter in the shipping information if it is different than the billing address, and any other information that you want. If you have each customer having their own account name, so Lucy Watson 007, that is her account number because she's a spy. If they have a telephone number or a website, you can enter in all that information here. And if you have little notes that you want to take, parents doc, and then you can just click save, and then will be added onto your thing. If you need change any information, if their address changed or their phone number changed, you can do so here. If they have recurring payments and you want to save their payment information, you can do so right here. The final thing that I advise doing when you're setting up your account for the first time is to set up an opening balance for all of your accounts. So if we go to our reports, and scroll down to trial balance, it will show us the balance that we have on all of our accounts. So as we see here, we do not have any balances on any of our accounts. But if you did download transactions from your bank account, they will be in this uncategorized income and uncategorized expense accounts. So to show our opening balance, we go to transactions in the accounting section, and then click on more, and then add a journal transaction. The screen will pop up and you can type in whatever you want. As you see here, I have my opening balance and I've labeled it opening balance. I've entered in how much cash I have on hand, how much I owe on my credit card, my checking account, how much I have in the bank, and whatever is left over, I put into my owner's investment / drawing. And then you just click save. And then if you go back to your reports, trial balance, you'll see all that information here. So my $50 I have here in my pocket, my $200 that I have in my bank account, my $10 that I owe on my credit card, and whatever's left is in owner's draw. there are a few other things that you can do to personalize your account. So as we see here, you can do professional invoicing, customize your invoices so people know that it's you. To do that, you can go to Sales, Invoices. If a screen doesn't come up for you to be able to customize your invoices, you can always go to Settings, Invoice Customization. You can click whatever template that you want to use. You can always look closer and see if you like the way that is laid out. You can change your logo. So the logo is this little picture that they have right here in the corner, and you can change the color that you want all these lines to be. By click on here, adding a logo, if you want the logo displayed, and the color. It does choose its color through this special code. If you don't know what it is, you can Google it. And there's lots of different options on how to do that. Or you can just click a standard color, drop, and drag. You can decide what you want your invoices to say and when they're due. Generally, you can do due on receipt, which means they have to pay you right when you give them the invoice, or due within any of these time frames. You can add a subheading, a footer, or a memo. You can also send out estimates if you're giving people estimates on how much something is going to cost. You can do so here. You can change the name, any of that fun stuff. You can change what is being shown on your invoice and how you want it labeled. If you want them labeled as items, you can do so. If you want to just call them products or services, if you're specific on what you're giving, you can do so here. If you want the units to show the price and the amounts, you can show how you want those to be labeled. You can also hide certain things, such as the high description, quantity, price. If you don't want or need your customer to see those things, you can do so here. And don't forget to click the Save button. So if you have paid for the option to have your clients pay you through Wave, you can set that up here. Go to Sales, Payments. So you can select which type of business that you are. If you're a corporation, partnership, nonprofit, you just click on it, save and continue, and then fill out any of the missing business information that you have. Now remember that the payment option is charged by how many payments are being done through the credit card. If you decide to run payroll through Wave, you can set that up. Just go to Payroll, Run Payroll. Now remember that payroll is charged on a monthly basis by how many employees that you are running payroll for. It'll give you this payroll setup screen to add any of your employees or contractors for the year. You need to update any business information, how often you pay these people, and all that stuff. And then you will just authorize direct deposits to pay your team. And then you'll be able to start running payroll. So congratulations, now you have set up your Wave account. You have everything set up to start doing business and to start tracking your income and expenses through Wave. If you have any other questions, you can comment down below and we'll try to answer those questions. Or if you want one-on-one help, you can always reach us at agoodbounce and we'll be happy to help you out and resolve any concerns that you might have. A quick little side note, if you do have questions while you're setting things up, there is a live chat option here in the corner. You send in your message and what you want, and they're really quick at answering. If you have any other questions, there is this help option, and you can go to the community and see if somebody's asked your question before, and there are lots of wave experts on there, and they are able to answer those questions. But if you have a specific question like your bank account's not connecting, or there's an error downloading your transactions, you can just click on support and they will answer and resolve any questions that you might have.